Students, now open your video PSD file, your Photoshop document with the video layers, and you should have by now added several audio tracks down low. I really want to teach you how to insert your audio and then how to edit the audio. You can do different things with the audio. You can adjust the volume, you can adjust the length or duration of it, we can split it, we can fade in or fade out. There's lots of things you can do with the audio. Now remember, all of your audio at this point that you've gathered anyway should already exist in your audio files folder. When you determine to add other audio or replace the audio you have, you need to do the same thing. Make sure that your audio exists in that folder. Also, inside of your animation folder where the audio folder, file folder exists, make sure this is the PSD file that you have opened. It must be in the same folder or it won't link. Now remember, it's not in the audio folder, but your PSD file is outside of the audio file folder, but it is inside of your animation folder. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go to this first audio track here, and I want to insert my file, my background music, which is Arcade. By the way, if you can't see your entire audio strip like this, like some of you, your setting might be like this. It looks really short. If you'll notice at the base, there's this little expansion. Try to make that little strip. We're only doing a few seconds. Can you imagine doing a 3-hour feature film? It'd be crazy. But we're going to open it here just a few seconds, make it wide enough that you can see it on the screen. And here again, this is the player head. As you go around, you can see the video up above kind of moving and doing its motion thing. That player head is going to be a very important device. So I'm going to click on the musical note on the audio track, the first one, and I'm going to say add audio. And then you're going to browse, you're going to find your audio files, and I'm going to take this background theme, I'm going to double click or open it up, and it put it here. Now notice it's green, and also notice it is a lot longer. It could be, it's 50 seconds, it's a lot longer. Now when I play this, you can play in video software, you play by hitting your space bar. And then hit spacebar again and it stops. Okay? Or you can hit the play button over here. However you want to do that. If you want to rewind to the first, then you've got this player head right here, basically. It's the same toolbox. Go all the way to the front. Anyway, well, I know I want audio to begin at the very first. And I want it to end right here. I'm going to move my player head. I'm going to show you how to split this audio. If I wanted a piece of audio that was later in here, I could split it multiple times and delete it. But I don't. I like the intro of this more than the rest of the music, actually. It gets a little bit more wild and obnoxious later. Well, notice I have moved my player head way over here to the very end. It's just kind of snap to the end there. And I'm going to right click on this player head, and it says split clip. And now my audio clip has got two different sections. I'm going to click on this one, hit delete, and there's my audio. It will stop at the exact same time as my video. I'll play that real quick. Now, the end's kind of abrupt, but I'm going to do something later with that. I can fade in, fade out, whatever I want to do. If you want to adjust the volume, that volume is pretty loud. I'm going to right click on my audio track, and you can see where the fade in and fade out is. It does it by seconds. We're only doing, right now mine says, approximately 12 seconds, but that's going to speed up a little bit. I want my volume to be a little bit less, so I'm going down about 50%, just for now. I'll tweak it later once I get all the audio in place, okay? So then just click off of that, and now it's a little bit more subtle. All right, I'm going to go to this next track. I've got a sound of a whistle falling, like this quarter's falling down in here. So I'm going to click on the notes there. I'm going to say add audio. And I'm going back to my audio. It's called Falling Glisten. I shortened some of these names after I downloaded them because I didn't really like the long names. Double click on that. So now this file is really obnoxious. Listen to it. By the way, I'm going to mute the background music. So I turn the little speaker button off down here. See that? Turn it off. There's my... Well, this is piercing. It really is. But about here where it's going, I want that to come in about right here. So I'm going to right click here, split clip. I'm going to get rid of that first part that had nothing on it. Now notice it slid back. When I deleted that, it actually slid back. I want it to begin about right here. So it'll kind of, actually it's not where I want it to be. I need to find out where my quarter starts to fall. There in my video, you can see my quarters coming down about right after it leaves the screen here on the right. Boom, that's where I want it to start. So I'm going to slide that audio over here. And then I want it to go, let me play it. So right, boom, right there is where I want it to stop. So I'm going to right click here, oops, excuse me, right click on the player head, split clip, delete that, boom. So this is, here, we'll tweak it later, but I just want to go perfect. And I'll have a little clink or sound, you know, there. Let me put the audio back on the first track here so we can kind of hear them together. Get the idea. I'm going to put one more track and you guys can continue to build and have fun with this on your own, and I'll finish mine as well. But let me go add one more on the third one. I've got some sound of, it's really sound of marbles falling into a plastic bucket, but that was the closest I could find without making my own audio. And here it is. Let me mute these other two so you can hear this one. Yeah, I know, it sounds like rocks in a glass jar, but hey, that's the best I can do at the moment. So it's gonna fall, the quarter goes in, and that thing's gonna start later after that. Now this one wasn't very loud. I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna pump the audio up on that a lot louder because that should be pretty loud. I right click on the audio and then adjusted that. So let's see if my timing is good. That's pretty darn close. I can tweak it later. Okay, so let's do, I think you got the idea. I'm gonna let it go right there. Boom.